that feels particularly yummy, then you could stay there. For now, you lie down. You can take the shape of Shavasana, or you can place your feet on your mat, knees bent. We just want to begin to let the day go, and then we show up right here, right now, in this moment. You might take a deep breath in through your nose and exhale out of the mouth. I have a couple things that I'm sharing with you today. This is from a book by Mary Lennox called Threads of Grace, Selected Poems, and it is called Rhythm of Life. There are as many ways to dance as are people dancing. There are as many songs to sing as there are singers. There are as many to love as there are grains of sand on the shore. So just start where you are and keep dancing, singing, and loving. And you start by loving on yourself. The breath can kind of be the singing in the body, and the movements that we shape into today could be your dancing. And we'll play with the breath a little bit here. You do what's comfortable for you. You might like to breathe in and out through the nose, and that's enough. That's beautiful. Just being aware of each inhale and each exhale. If you'd like to play along, the first part that we'll think about, torso, shoulders to hips, and all the way around. We're going to think of that as the breath canister. And the first breath that I want you to focus on is just breathing up and down. Breathing up and breathing down. And just sense that. It's not right or wrong. I just want you to kind of feel what that feels like in your body. Breath moving up and down. A few more breaths like this, up and down. Notice if any part of the body is being, if you're getting any tension, please, just remind yourself to let go. Our next pattern will be side to side. So think of your side waist under your armpits, on the side of your rib cage, down the sides of your torso. And you'll breathe side to side, horizontal, as if the breath were widening your torso. We're not forcing, we're just exploring. Curiosity and kindness. Again, check in if this is creating any tension. Can you let go just 5%? And then go back, breathing side to side. And our third and final breath will be back and belly. So think of the whole front of the torso and the back of your torso. And now you're breathing, creating some expansion, some space, chest and belly, low back and upper back. As you breathe in and out. A few more breaths, belly and back. Now, perhaps for the next couple of minutes, you'll pick the one that, I don't know, that you really thought was great, or maybe it was challenging, or maybe it was easy, and that's the one. So you can think up and down, vertical, long inhale, exhale, side to side, horizontal, wide inhale and exhale, or the one we just did, breathing into front and back, belly, side, and backside. And release all the breath practice. Just let your body breathe. I wanted to share a story, a good news story. I don't think I've done that yet this year. So it's not all bad. There are a lot of good things happening. This is a good news story. The bright, colorful socks on their feet are a reminder to thousands of seniors across the United States that Elle Gianelli is thinking about them. The 16-year-old from Stockton, California, launched Socks for Seniors in 2020 after deciding she wanted to do something to lift the spirits of people in assisted living facilities who were unable to have visitors because of COVID-19. She set a goal of getting fun patterned socks to people in all 50 states, and so far has connected with facilities in 40 states. For such a small investment of her time, the impact is overwhelming. She wants to put a smile on the faces of these seniors, one pair of socks at a time. Gianelli, who raises money on GoFundMe for her project, is now receiving requests from other countries and has formed friendships with some of the seniors she's met. Elle has always been the giving type, her mom said. It's just something in her nature. Sweet, sweet story. Bring your hands either to stack on your heart or together in front of your heart center. A gesture of gratitude or prayer. We can be grateful for the socks that we have on right now and the togetherness that we're experiencing right here today for this practice. And send some love out to someone or some place that could use a little extra today. And release your arms. Draw your knees in toward your chest. Remember, you don't have to hug as tightly as possible. You can just hug in to a comfortable amount. And then we'll have one hand on each leg and we'll circle. Each leg circling. Allow the movement. It's very subtle in the low back. You may feel it arching off the mat and coming back down. Switch direction when you're ready. Enjoy the sense of the ground supporting you. You can use some grounding today with this wind. And release your feet to the mat. We'll hug in the right leg now. We'll take this first Ardha Apanasana, half Apanasana. We're going to do this a couple times during the practice today. So this first one, you'll keep your left leg bent. And the right leg you're hugging in, you can hold the shin or the thigh. And let your shoulders relax. And feel free to even move the right leg a little bit Just noticing. You've hugged it in. What would it feel like if you added a little movement? Come back to stillness. Right ankle circles. Nice and slow. Notice the smooth parts of the circle and the bumpier parts. Switch direction. Pause. Now, you can keep holding the leg, or for the next few breaths, if you would like to release the arms, just hold the leg using the muscles. It's a little more active, this variation. Be mindful if you went into a back bend, you can keep the spine grounded as you hold the leg in. Release. And draw the left leg in, holding shin or thigh. Noticing how this side feels compared to the first. And maybe moving the left leg a little bit. Your right leg will stay bent. And come to stillness, and let's begin left ankle circles. One foot and ankle may be more receptive than the other to this movement. Take them slowly enough so you can feel and sense the circle. Switch direction. One more time around. Remember, you can always do less. Let the foot and the ankle rest. Continue to hold your leg, or perhaps release the arms. See what it feels like to hold the leg in a more active way. Release your left leg. Keep your legs bent or straighten them out. Just pausing after that movement to notice left hip, right hip, especially the front, the hip flexors The hip crease area, you may have a lot of sensation there right now. Just notice. And allow your head just a few times. Roll to the right and to the left. Any amount. The head be heavy and light at the same time. Tricky. Very slow, relaxed pace. We'll do one more each way. Back to center. Hug your knees in toward your chest again. This time, keep the legs together. Feet are together, knees are together, legs are together as much as possible. And then you circle the legs as one unit. You may sense that you're kind of massaging this area just below the low back, your sacrum, kind of this triangular-ish shaped bone. You can feel massage also on the sides of the pelvis as you roam around and maybe up into the low back. Switch direction. How's the breath? Release your feet. Hug your right leg in, your choice, holding shin or thigh. This time, if you'd like, slide the left leg out. Notice the left leg. If you slide it out, you can have your toes toward the sky, ankle in dorsiflexion, or you can let the leg relax like Shavasana. Do the one that feels good or take a few breaths in each position. We're here for a minute, so you have time. Bring your awareness to your right foot and ankle, and this time we'll point and flex. So we reach through the toes, then we draw the foot toward the shin, dorsiflexion, and then plantar flexion is the pointing part. Just a different way to move at the ankle. This would be what we do when we're walking. Notice if you're going super fast, nothing wrong with that, but see what it would feel like to really draw the foot toward the shin and then point away. One more. There's a lot of dogs meeting outside. I hope you're not hearing them. They seem pretty chipper. Okay, release. Oh no, let's try. Sorry. Let's try one more time, releasing the arms if you'd like, just for a couple of breaths. Leg straight, and now holding this leg without the hands. And we can release, switch sides. Draw your left leg in, hold shin or thigh. Right leg straight or bent. Shavasana style right leg, or maybe more active, as if you were standing on it. Then you would flex, toes toward the sky. Get acquainted, take a couple of breaths. Notice how this side feels. And with awareness, again, plantar flexion, pointing, and then foot toward shin, dorsiflexion. And let your shoulders be relaxed. And keep noticing inhales and exhales. One more time. Point and flex. Continue holding if you'd like. Let the foot rest or release the arms. Noticing again what it feels like. More active, holding the leg on your own. 2 more breaths. Release. Shavasana legs or legs bent. However you feel most comfortable. Shift your arms into cactus arm shape, so like a goal post. And then we'll invite some rotation. Palms and forearms down toward the floor, and then back into the open position. We're not trying to get the arms to the floor in either direction. We are just exploring the movement of the shoulder joint. Ball and socket. Opposites if you'd like. One arm in the open position and the other one face down, and then you can switch. And one more each way. Release the arms. Take just a moment in the shape of Shavasana, or you can bend your knees if that's better. Let your eyes close and just take 3 whole body breaths. Just breathe all the way in, all the way out. And when you finish, bend your knees. You're going to want some sort of pillow or blanket or block or a book, whatever you have. We're coming into supported bridge. So feet bent, knees bent, feet planted. Lift your pelvis and slide the cushion or whichever prop you're using underneath. Make sure that you feel supported. This is a little bit of an inversion. You can keep your pillow or not. Be mindful of your chin. If your chin is up toward the sky, lengthen. Think long, spacious, happy neck and head resting. Sometimes when we get into the inversion, we then switch into this chin toward the ceiling. So stay long, head neutral, nose toward the ceiling, tip of the nose. All right. Arms in a T, or maybe into the cactus shape, and we'll pause. If your legs, if it's too much effort to hold them, feel free to take your feet a little wider. Let your knees fall together. You can add another pillow between the knees or just let the knees touch. Breathing in and out of your nose. Noticing the support beneath you. And staying with that breath, in and out of the nose. If you'd like to play, I'm just going to do this a couple rounds. Take a breath, thinking long breath. Remember the first one, vertical. Inhaling up, exhaling down. One more time. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Then we'll switch. Inhaling side to side, exhaling. Inhaling horizontal out and in. And then we switch. Belly and back. Inhale, front body and back body. Exhale. Think chest, low belly, upper back, low back. Inhale, front body, back body. Exhale. Back to vertical. Just one more round. Inhale, up and down. Again, inhale, up and down. Switching to horizontal, inhaling out and in. Out and in. Last two, front body, back body. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Let your breath find its very own natural rhythm now. Just be. And stay where you are, or if you would like, you can take your legs up into the sky. You might let them bend and straighten a couple of times. Just see what that feels like. If cactus arms is done, maybe T arms, or maybe back into the Shavasana shape arms. Let this feel good and supportive. So if the legs are too far away, it becomes super abs. Fine. But let's instead think legs up or legs a little bit in toward the torso. So it's less work. Bring your feet back down. Hug your right leg in. Here we are in this familiar shape. Hold shin or hold thigh. Your left leg can stay bent or you can straighten it out. Same thing as before. The left leg can be relaxed like Shavasana or active, toes toward the sky, heel pressing down. Let's bring awareness to the right foot again. Scrunch your toes, make a little toe fist, and then spread them out. Scrunch and space. Scrunching, spreading out. One more time. Let the foot rest. Keep holding the legs or experiment. Arms free, hands free, leg staying in place with air quotes. 2 breaths. Resist the back bend. Release your right leg. Bend the left. And see if you need to adjust. Sometimes the pelvis shifts after that work. Then hug your left leg in, hold shin or thigh. Right leg stays bent or straightens out. Active or Shavasana style right leg. Shoulders relax. Jaw relaxes. Left toes, however, not relaxing, scrunching and spreading out. Scrunch, spread out. Twice more. Left foot relaxing. Continue holding the leg, or maybe not. One more breath. Release the left leg. Bend the right. Left arm, reaching up and over. If this is too much, take a T arm or the arm more on a diagonal, like a Y shape. Left arm reaching. Left leg sliding out. Whole left side of your body. I'm going to do the other side so you can see. The whole left leg reaching, right, left arm reaching. Hopefully you're not in a pretzel by now. Think of all the space you can create from the pinky finger all the way down through your armpit, all through the waist, the outer hip, leg, all the way down to the ankle and the foot. Maybe point the foot. See if you can get a little bit longer. Release the arm. Bring the leg back. Other side, right arm up and over. Right leg sliding out. Length, length, length. And breath into all of that length. Maybe point the right toes. Don't forget to breathe. The breath, the music to the body that helps us create the space, that helps us open up, that helps us relax. One more breath, get longer. Right leg, right arm. Release the arm. Release the leg. You can pause here. You might actually feel like hands on belly, knees touching, feet wide, and kind of there's a drawing in feeling there. You might like that. Or this time, both arms, both legs can reach into that stretch. The whole front body and the whole back body and the sides. Maybe point both feet, reach through your toes, reach through your fingertips. Let your whole body inhale. Whole body exhale. Release your arms. Bend your knees. And take the feet wide, knees together, hands on belly. Just let's come back a little bit into the kind of cocoon safety feeling after that. Wide open spaces. Wide open spaces. I'm not singing. At the bottom of your next exhale, release the arms. Knees apart, press down through your feet, lift your pelvis, and come off the cushion. And you might want to stretch out. You might want to draw your knees in and trust your body's knowledge of that. Do what feels good. If you hug in, you can be still or gently rock side to side. Release. And thread the needle. Left leg will come on top first. Right foot can stay connected to the ground, or you can draw the legs in, holding thigh or shin. There's time for both, so maybe you get used to the shape, then you draw the legs in. Let your arms rest wherever they feel good, hands on belly or arms out in a T. No matter the shape that you're in your version of thread the needle right now, think about your low back, your lumbar spine, and see if there's any available movement there, tiny. You can kind of arch it off the mat and then back down. How do you do that? Well, kind of moving the pelvis. If your legs are in the air, if you're holding them, moving the legs away from the torso a bit and then coming back, you might be able to find that movement. Don't worry about it, just explore, see if it's available. And come to stillness, taking a few more breaths here in this shape. You might allow a big exhale out of your mouth. You can make sound, you can stick your tongue out like lion's breath. Release and switch sides. Take your time. The low variation, left leg connected to the floor, left foot connected, or drawing the legs in, holding shin or thigh. And then maybe inviting some of that low back movement. And take a few breaths with an open mouth. Exhale if you'd like. Make as much sound as you want. Release. Pause. Notice how your body feels as we move into Shavasana, final relaxation pose. I'm going to give an option. You can, of course, grab your cushions or a bolster, blanket, whatever you have, and you can stretch out, maybe cover up with a blanket. If you would like, and it sounds good, after thread the needle, the hips are kind of ready for this in a nice way. You can bring soles of the feet to touch and use your pillows to support your thighs. Shavasana arms, palms up or down. You could even take a few breaths in Supta Baddha Konasana with the feet together, and then you could straighten your legs out. Once you get settled, just notice if there's any little wiggles or movements that need to happen, and then let go. Surrender as much as you can. The rest is where the magic happens. Let yourself rest. Bring your attention back to your breath. You might think about an inhale, vertical up and down, inhale, exhale. And then maybe a breath side to side, horizontal. And then a breath front and back body. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Maybe take a full body stretch again, reaching up and over with your arms. Any kind of gentle movement that feels good right now. And you can roll to your side when you're ready. Fetal pose. Pause there on your side body. And again from Mary Lennox. There are as many ways to dance as are people dancing. There are as many songs to sing as there are singers. There are as many to love as there are grains of sand on the shore. So just start where you are and keep dancing, singing, and loving. Bring yourself up to sit. And connect your hands again at heart center. You can stack them or place them together. And you might bow your head in toward your heart. Grateful for our practice this evening, for every single human that showed up. Thank you. Thank you for creating our community. Stay well, be well. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for being here.